What if the food sitting quietly in the corner of a grocery store was not just food, but a tiny green signal that could wake up your body's own repair system? Not a pill, not a secret powder, not something locked inside a rich person's clinic. Just a small, crunchy, almost forgotten food that most people walk past without even looking. And here is the strange part. Inside your body, right now, millions of tiny battles are happening in silence. Your cells are being hit by stress. Your sleep schedule is attacking you. Your phone addiction is attacking you. The fast food you grabbed because you were busy is attacking you. The air you breathe, the tension you hold, the late nights, the energy drinks, the sugar, the pressure, the endless scrolling, all of it is leaving tiny marks inside you. You do not feel it immediately. That is what makes it dangerous. Inflammation does not always kick your door down. Sometimes it whispers. It shows up as tired eyes, brain fog, acne that keeps coming back, pain in your joints, a stomach that feels heavy, a mood that crashes for no clear reason, a body that feels older than your age. And the scary thing is, most people treat these signs like normal life. They say, "I'm just tired. I'm just stressed. I'm just getting older." But what if your body is not broken? What if your body is begging for help? And what if one food can help switch on the same internal defense system your cells have been waiting for? Stay with me, because in a few minutes, you are going to look at this food completely differently. Imagine your body as a huge city at night. Every cell is like a small house. Your blood vessels are roads. Your brain is the control tower. Your liver is the cleaning station. Your immune system is the security force, and your DNA is the master blueprint locked deep inside every home. That blueprint tells your cells what to do, how to grow, how to repair, how to protect you, and how to keep you alive. But every day, tiny sparks fly through this city. These sparks come from pollution, stress, processed food, poor sleep, alcohol, smoking, too much sugar, too much fried food, and even normal metabolism. Scientists call this oxidative stress. But in simple words, it is like tiny rust forming inside the body. Not the rust you see on metal, invisible rust, cellular rust. And when this stress becomes too much, your body reacts with inflammation. Now, inflammation is not always bad. If you cut your finger, inflammation helps you heal. If a virus enters your body, inflammation helps fight it. But when inflammation stays turned on for too long, it becomes like a fire alarm that never stops screaming. At first, it protects you. Then it exhausts you. And slowly, it can begin to damage the very system it was supposed to defend. This is where the story becomes powerful. Because your body already has a built-in protection system. It is not outside you. It is not something you have to buy for hundreds of dollars. It is inside your cells. And one of the most important switches in that system is called NRF2. Do not worry about the name. Just remember this. NRF2 is like the master switch for your body's defense team. When it wakes up, it tells your cells, start cleaning, start protecting, start repairing, start making antioxidant enzymes, start reducing damage. And one of the most famous natural compounds known to help activate this switch comes from a tiny green food, broccoli sprouts. Not full-grown broccoli, not a huge bowl of steamed vegetables, broccoli sprouts. Tiny baby broccoli plants, usually only a few days old. They look weak. They look ordinary. They look like something you would ignore. But inside them is a powerful compound called sulforaphane. And sulforaphane is the reason this food has become one of the most studied foods in the world of cellular defense, inflammation, detox support, and healthy aging. Now pause for a second, because this is not about making broccoli sprouts sound magical. They are not magic. They do not cure disease. They do not replace medicine. They do not make you immortal. But they may help your body do something many people desperately need today. They may help your body protect itself better. And that is the real story. Because most people are not weak because they lack motivation. They are weak because their cells are overwhelmed. Think about a student who sleeps at 3 a.m., wakes up late, drinks coffee on an empty stomach, skips breakfast, eats chips while studying, and then wonders why their brain feels slow. Think about a freelancer sitting for 10 hours, staring at a screen, ordering fast food because deadlines are chasing them, feeling tired but unable to sleep, stressed but unable to stop. Think about a father in his 50s who says, "I used to have energy, but now walking upstairs feels harder." Think about a grandmother who wants to stay strong, sharp, and independent, but her body feels inflamed and heavy. Different ages, different lives, same hidden problem. The body is under pressure. And when the body is under pressure every day, the question is not just, what should I eat? The real question is, what food sends the right message to my cells? Because food is not just calories. Food is information. Every bite is a signal. Some foods tell your body, store more fat, create more inflammation, crash your energy. Other foods tell your body, protect, repair, clean, calm down. Broccoli sprouts send a powerful signal. And here is where the story gets interesting. Sulforaphane does not work like a normal antioxidant. Most people hear the word antioxidant and imagine it like a tiny superhero flying around inside the body, punching free radicals one by one. But sulforaphane is different. It is not just one soldier, it is more like a commander. Instead of fighting every tiny spark by itself, it helps activate your own internal fire department. That means your body may produce more of its own protective enzymes. It is like hiring security guards for every street in the city instead of running alone after every thief. This is why scientists are so interested in it, because it is not just about one nutrient, it is about switching on a system. Now imagine this visually, a dark cell, quiet, tired. The walls are scratched from stress. The DNA blueprint is protected, but pressure is building. Then sulforaphane enters. A signal moves through the cell. A switch turns. NRF2 wakes up. The repair crew starts moving. The antioxidant defenses rise. The inflammatory noise begins to calm. The cell does not become perfect, but it becomes better defended. And in a world where your body is attacked every day, better defense matters. But here's the part most people miss. You can eat broccoli every day and still not get the full effect if you prepare it wrong. Because sulforaphane is not just sitting there fully ready. It is made when two things meet. One is called glucoraphanin. The other is an enzyme called myrosinase. Again, forget the complicated names. Think of it like this. One is the lock, one is the key. When you chew, chop, crush, or blend broccoli sprouts, the lock and key meet. That is when sulforaphane can form. This means the way you eat it matters. If you swallow sprouts without chewing well, you may miss part of the benefit. If you overcook cruciferous vegetables, you may damage the enzyme that helps make sulforaphane. That is why raw or lightly heated broccoli sprouts are often talked about more than boiled broccoli. But there is an important safety note. Raw sprouts can carry bacteria if they are not handled properly. So if someone is pregnant, elderly with a weak immune system, seriously ill, or has been told to avoid raw foods, they should be careful and speak with a healthcare professional. This is not fear. This is wisdom. A powerful food still needs to be used safely. Now you may be thinking, okay, but how much do I need? And this is where people online make a mistake. They turn everything into extremes. They say, eat a mountain of sprouts, or take massive supplements, or do this and all inflammation disappears. No, that is not how the body works. The body loves consistency more than drama. You do not need to attack your body with huge amounts. You need to support it with a smart routine. For most healthy people, a small handful of fresh broccoli sprouts added to meals can be a simple starting point. Add them to eggs, add them to a salad, put them in a sandwich, mix them into a bowl with rice, chicken, fish, lentils, beans, or avocado. Blend a small amount into a smoothie if you can handle the taste. Chew them well. Let the food do its quiet work. And here is a simple trick. If you are using regular broccoli instead of sprouts, chop it first and let it sit for a while before cooking lightly. That gives the chemistry time to begin. Then steam it lightly instead of boiling it to death. Because remember, you are not just cooking food. You are preserving a message. The message your cells need to hear. Now, let us go deeper, because inflammation is one of the most misunderstood words in health. People talk about it like it is one thing, but inflammation can show up in many ways: in the skin, in the gut, in the joints, in the blood vessels, in the brain, in the metabolism. And sometimes the person does not feel sick, they just feel off. Low energy, low focus, low mood, slow recovery, poor sleep, constant cravings. That is why this topic matters for youth, students, freelancers, adults, and older people. Because inflammation is not only an old person's problem. A teenager can be inflamed from junk food and poor sleep. A student can be inflamed from stress and energy drinks. A freelancer can be inflamed from sitting all day and eating late at night. A person in their 60s or 70s can be inflamed because their body has been carrying stress for decades. The outside life looks different, but inside, the signal can be the same. Too much stress, not enough repair. And that is the key. Health is not only about fighting disease. Health is about increasing repair. Every night while you sleep, your body repairs. Every time you eat real food, your body receives materials. Every time you move, your body improves circulation. Every time you reduce stress, your hormones calm down. Every time you eat foods like broccoli sprouts, you may help your body activate protective pathways. But no single food can do the job if the rest of your life is attacking you. That is the twist. People want one food to save them, but the real power of one food is that it can become the first domino. One better choice in the morning can change the second choice. One clean meal can reduce cravings. One night of better sleep can improve the next day. One walk can lower stress. One small bowl of sprouts can remind you, I am taking care of myself now. And once your identity changes, your habits follow. You stop seeing health as punishment. You start seeing it as protection. You are not eating broccoli sprouts because someone online scared you. You are eating them because your future self is watching. Your future brain, your future heart, your future skin, your future energy. Your future ability to walk, think, work, create, study, love, and live without feeling trapped inside a tired body. And if you are young, this matters even more because the habits you build now become the body you live in later. Most people wait until something goes wrong before they care. They wait for pain. They wait for bad blood tests. They wait for the doctor to say, you need to change. They wait for the mirror to scare them. They wait for their energy to disappear. But the wise person does not wait for the fire to start before building protection. They build protection early, quietly, daily. This is why broccoli sprouts are so fascinating. They are not loud. They are not glamorous. They do not come in shiny packaging. They do not taste like candy. They do not promise overnight transformation. But they represent something powerful, a return to cellular intelligence, a return to food that speaks the language of the body. Now let us make this practical. Picture your day. You wake up, instead of starting with sugar, start with water. Get sunlight if you can. Move your body for even 5 minutes. Then, when you eat your first real meal, add something protective. Maybe eggs with avocado and a small handful of broccoli sprouts. Maybe a chicken bowl with olive oil, lemon, and sprouts on top. Maybe lentils with chopped vegetables and sprouts. Maybe a salad that does not feel boring because you add flavor, salt, lemon, pepper, and a good protein. This matters because broccoli sprouts work best as part of a whole pattern. Protein helps repair tissue. Fiber feeds your gut bacteria. Healthy fats help hormones. Colorful plants give your body polyphenols. Sleep allows deep repair. Movement improves blood flow. And broccoli sprouts add that unique sulforaphane signal. Not alone, together. That is how real health works. Not one miracle, one system. But now comes the biggest reveal. The reason this food feels so powerful is not only because of what it gives you, it is because of what it wakes up inside you. Your body is not passive. Your cells are not just waiting to collapse. They are listening. They are adapting. They are responding to your environment every second. When you eat ultra-processed food every day, your cells receive one message. When you sleep badly every night, they receive another message. When you live in stress without rest, they receive another message. But when you eat protective foods, move, sleep, breathe, and recover, your cells receive a different message. They hear, "We are safe enough to repair." And that is everything. Because repair needs safety. Your body cannot deeply repair if it thinks it is always under attack. This is why chronic stress is so destructive. Your mind may be worried about money, exams, deadlines, family, business, future, or social media. But your body hears danger, 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 danger. And when the danger signal never stops, repair takes a back seat. So broccoli sprouts are not just a health hack. They are part of a bigger message. A message that says, I am creating an environment where my body can heal better. And this is where most people fail. They try to fix the body while continuing to abuse the body. They take supplements but sleep 4 hours. They drink green juice but eat junk at midnight. They talk about detox but never drink enough water. They want less inflammation but live in constant stress. They want more energy but never move. Then they say, nothing works. But maybe things are working. Maybe the body is just being pulled in two directions. One hand is trying to repair. The other hand is creating damage. So the goal is not perfection. The goal is to stop fighting yourself. And today, this one food can be your first move. Not because it solves everything, but because it reminds you that change can be small, tiny even. A handful of sprouts, a few extra chews, a cleaner meal, a better night, a short walk, a calmer breath, a small decision that says, I am not waiting for my body to break before I care. Now imagine two versions of you. One version keeps going the same way, skipping sleep, eating whatever is easy, ignoring the signs, living on caffeine, saying, I'll start later. Later becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And slowly, the body starts whispering louder. The second version of you does not become perfect. That version still has busy days, still has cravings, still gets stressed, still eats pizza sometimes, still stays up late sometimes. But that version starts adding repair signals. More real food, more movement, more sleep, more sunlight, more water, more plants, more protection. And maybe on a normal day, that version adds broccoli sprouts to a meal, not as a punishment, as a promise that the future matters. Now let us talk about DNA. People hear DNA and think it is fixed, like a code you were born with and cannot change. But your DNA is constantly being protected, read, copied, and repaired. Every day, damage can happen. Every day, repair can happen. This does not mean a food can rewrite your life overnight, but it does mean your lifestyle can influence the environment around your genes. That is a powerful idea. You cannot choose every gene you were born with, but you can influence many of the signals your genes receive. Food is one of those signals. Sleep is one, exercise is one, stress is one, toxins are one. And sulforaphane is interesting because it interacts with pathways connected to cellular defense, detox enzymes, antioxidant protection, and inflammation control. That is why the title sounds so dramatic. This one food repairs your DNA and stops inflammation. But the truth is more mature and even more beautiful. Broccoli sprouts do not act like a mechanic grabbing your DNA with tiny tools. They help support the systems your body already uses to protect DNA, reduce oxidative stress, and calm inflammatory signals. In other words, they do not replace your body's wisdom. They help your body remember its wisdom. That is the line you need to remember. Real health is not forcing the body. It is supporting the body so it can do what it was designed to do. Now here is a visual you will never forget. Imagine your DNA as an ancient library. Every book contains instructions for life. The library is priceless. But outside, there is a storm. Dust blows in, windows shake, lights flicker, some pages get damaged. If no one cleans, protects, or repairs the library, the damage builds. But when your defense systems are strong, guards arrive, cleaners arrive, repair workers arrive, the lights turn back on. The library is not untouched by life, but it is protected. Broccoli sprouts may help send the signal that brings in more of those protectors. That is why this food matters. Not because it is trendy, because it connects to the deepest story in your body: protection, repair, survival. Now, before you run to the store, listen carefully. More is not always better. If you have thyroid issues, digestive problems, take blood thinning medication, are pregnant, have a weak immune system, or have a medical condition, ask a professional before changing your diet in a big way or using concentrated supplements. Food form is usually the safest starting point for healthy people. But even healthy foods need common sense. Wash sprouts well. Buy from a trusted source. Store them properly. Do not eat them if they smell bad or look slimy. If raw sprouts do not feel safe for you, use lightly cooked broccoli or talk to a health professional about safer options. Health is not about blindly following trends. Health is about listening intelligently. And here is the simple routine. Start with 2 or 3 days a week. Add a small handful of broccoli sprouts to one meal. Chew slowly, pair it with protein and fiber. Do not drown it in sugar-heavy sauces. Do not expect fireworks in 1 hour. Watch your body over weeks. Energy, digestion, skin, focus, cravings, recovery, mood, sleep. Not because one food controls everything, but because better signals create better patterns, and better patterns create better days. Now let me ask you something. What would change if you stopped seeing your body as an enemy? Most people fight their body. They hate their belly. They hate their tiredness. They hate their cravings. They hate their aging. They hate their skin. They hate their weakness. But your body has been protecting you since the day you were born. Every fever, every scar, every heartbeat, every breath while you slept, every repair you never saw. Your body has never stopped working for you. Maybe it does not need hate. Maybe it needs leadership. And leadership starts with small choices. 1 glass of water, 1 walk, 1 meal, 1 handful of sprouts, 1 earlier bedtime, 1 moment where you put the phone down and breathe. That is how a life changes. Quietly first, then visibly, then permanently. And if you are watching this while feeling tired, inflamed, stressed, or disconnected from your own body, do not turn this into guilt. Guilt drains energy. Awareness gives energy. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too young to care. You are not too old to start. Your cells are alive right now. They are listening right now. And the next meal is a message. That is the power. Not tomorrow, not next month, the next meal. So when you see broccoli sprouts, do not see a boring vegetable. See a tiny green switch. See a signal. See a reminder that your body has repair systems waiting to be supported. See the quiet food that does not scream for attention, but may help your cells become stronger against the noise of modern life. And remember this, the goal is not to live forever. The goal is to live with more energy inside the time you have, to think clearly, to move freely, to wake up with a body that feels like a partner, not a prison, to age with strength, to study with focus, to work without burning out, to create without collapsing, to love without being too exhausted to feel present. That is why this matters, because health is not just about avoiding disease. Health is about having enough life in your body to actually live your life. So start small, add the sprouts, chew slowly, sleep better, move daily, choose real food more often. Let your body breathe. Let your cells repair. And the next time someone says, it is just food, you will know the truth. Food is not just food. Food is a signal. And the right signal, repeated long enough, can change the direction of your life. If this video helped you see your body differently, Save it, share it with someone who needs more energy, and subscribe for more simple health stories that make your body easier to understand. Because sometimes the biggest change does not begin with a massive transformation. Sometimes it begins with one tiny green sprout and one person finally deciding to take their body seriously.